You know, House of Pain fans, I hate to say it, it just feels like after almost every episode, I have to come on here and bash Laura. And to be honest, I don't hate the character. It's just that she never really stood a chance in hindsight. I mean, when you have an original series where Calvin and Miranda were a thing for, honestly, I don't know how many seasons, but I'm just going to say hundreds of episodes, to have someone else just randomly come in here who isn't really that well established be Calvin's new love interest, it's not that easy to accept, especially with Miranda always popping up. It's like, what was it, all of season 9, the excitement of, oh, when are Calvin and Miranda getting on screen together? Like, what's the dynamic with them after their divorce? What's going on there? She was just constantly being a pest, popping up, crying, being intrusive, somewhat stalkerish, if you want to be honest. And then it got to the point where, oh, now he's engaged to my friend slash co-worker, which is strange because I don't think we've ever heard anything again about Laura and Miranda working together. Seriously. And then all of a sudden we get to the point where the line that kind of got me going, Laura ain't the one, was when she literally told Calvin, I think last season, that, oh, well, you were my side piece, and then you became my main piece. And it's like, it gave me opportunist gold digger vibes, because Calvin ain't rich, but he's doing very well for himself compared to the original series. I mean, he's working for, what is it, like a social media or an app company or something. He works from home. He only has to go into the office every now and then if necessary for like meetings and whatnot. So he's doing pretty good, I mean, not to mention with the child support and whatnot. So, that's probably draining him on top of, you know what, I'm throwing it out there. I'm going to assume he has not paid off his student loans, because that just seems like a very common thing. But, yeah, it just seems like Laura doesn't, I don't know. It seems like I know, I'm sorry. It sounds like I'm just sounding the same thing over. I know it seems like, sorry about that. It appears that despite every episode where Laura truly gets a loving, touching moment with Calvin, where it's like, you know what? She ain't that bad. Within the next 3 episodes or her next appearance, she gives off the demeanor of super, bougie, materialistic, a clout chaser, and you really question her intentions. I mean, I'm not even going to crap on Laura. I think I mentioned it in the episode review for last week. But to be fair, it just felt like that episode was not poorly written, but it just felt like the whole drama of the episode came way too late for where these characters are in the series. I mean, how many episodes have we seen Laura show love to Calvin's children, understand his co-parenting relationship with both his baby mamas, one being an ex-wife? It just seems to me like for her to all of a sudden act upset or, question her position in Calvin's life was out of nowhere. Even worse than that was Calvin, for some reason, not thinking his fiance is a priority. Like I said before, yeah, his kids are top priority without a shadow of a doubt. But to not think your own fiance is a priority, that's a problem. And not to mention, it just seems like he even said himself, there is some form of guilt because of his previous marriage not working. So he's trying to keep his son and his ex-wife happy. So I feel like Laura is always going to lose to Miranda, not just because that's the mother of one of his children, but the fact that even while he's with Laura, he's still trying to make amends for his failed marriage. And I don't think that's fair to Laura. I mean, kudos to Calvin for, trying to do that, but you should have put in that much effort while you were married. Now, granted, Miranda did put in effort at times and Calvin didn't reciprocate and vice versa. And she was the one that eventually left. So I'm not saying either one of them came out of that marriage clean. But what I am saying is I don't think that you are in a position to get married right now. And I'm not saying like, hey, go sleep around, party, do all this stuff. But, you know, he has a tendency to not be faithful. We've seen this twice in the reboot. I just feel like, if nothing else, Calvin, I'm not saying he should never settle down and find love again, but I think Calvin should definitely work out some things emotionally and mentally that he's going through, trying to compensate for a failed marriage, you know? I mean, I think the best thing he can do for himself, not his son or sons, and not his ex-wife. What he needs to do for himself is be the best man and best husband he can be for his future wife. Now, whether or not that's Laura, I don't know. But it just feels like Laura, I don't know about her intentions at time. They're definitely the vibe of 1 minute, oh wow, she's a good fit with the family. Next minute, damn, I don't think that she fits the mold of a future Payne, because it definitely seems like at times she's about that clout chasing. I mean, opportunist, goes back to what I said before. Calvin was a side piece. Probably her last boyfriend didn't make as much money, didn't have a lot of recognition or a name for himself, but then she latched on to Calvin, and then the reason she's probably hanging on despite the intrusive ex-wife, the two sons. Somebody said this in one of my video comments. She said, I think this person said, yeah, the reason I think that Laura is latched on to Calvin is because maybe at first she thought that he wouldn't be that kind of stepdad that actually gave a damn about his kids. I mean, maybe she thought that, oh, wow, he's doing well for himself. He probably just pays child support, but that's it. But no, he's actually very proactive in his son's lives. You know, as much as Tracy would let him with Calvin Jr. And of course, he's very, involved with Christian's life. So it's just one of those things where I don't know if Laura is the one. And honestly, I don't think Calvin even has a one at this moment. He definitely needs to work on himself. Like I said before, that line he told Laura about trying to make up for the failed marriage, I think says everything we need to know. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comments section, like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.